Hello, how are you, Amanda? Saint Artist, Plush and Prep Mist. We're gonna do our makeup, and I wanna simplify this. I wanna say, stop overthinking. We're gonna try some troubleshooting, and I just use the Plush and Prep Mist to prep. I'm gonna use Blue Marble. This is a water-based, what does it say? Forming barrier to seal makeup. I used this on Thanksgiving and the day before, and I was a busy Betty, okay? And this stuff worked, and it's cool looking. It has a blue marble in it, hence Blue Marble. You gotta shake it pretty good. It has an alcohol smell, but I do really like it. But I've been prepping with the Plush and Prep. I just got 2 more of those. They're so nice. Okay, I love that to prep. Let's do our makeup, and I want you to stop. Okay, I'm using Seint Makeup. My palette is not your palette. I want you to think of this as your Seint method. Right now I'm in between a lot of colors, so don't pay attention to really the colors I'm using. Pay attention to the placement I'm using. Does that make sense? Hope so. A lot of people have been talking about over applying and where the heck do things go? It's not looking the same. Play with your makeup. Seint Makeup makes makeup fun again, okay? If you have high texture, you need balm. I use the heck out of it, okay? And I always put it under the eye. This is a must-have, must-do. Try it, see how it works out. But I just put this on. It's also really good for your lips, so it does more than one thing, and I'm a fan of palette things doing more than one thing, okay? I'm gonna use Daylily. I've been loving this one too. This is a must-have. I use this for under eye correcting because you need very little and it goes on very quickly. I like it more than Demi. It's more affordable than Demi, and it can be more than one thing. It's under eyes, it's cheeks, it's lips. It's such a pretty lip color with chai. Oh my goodness, we're gonna use it today. Okay, let's talk about 2 ways. On this side, I'm gonna put my main highlight on first. All right, I'm gonna use a blush and bronzer brush because I recommend this. These are the 2 brushes I recommend when you're trying Seint. Blush and bronzer brush and the detail brush, okay? These are a dynamic duo. They are my favorite. It makes it simple for you, okay? And simple is what we want. I'm gonna use this. This brush right here is great for over applying. So on this side of my face, I'm gonna apply my main highlight first, okay? I'm in between colors. I'm gonna use, I don't even know what colors these are, but these are all different main highlight phases, so I'm just gonna put it together. I have discoloration, I have acne scarring, I have a bit of color correcting on. Full disclosure, I did that first because not everybody needs it, so I'm showing you with that already on. However, correcting is muting tones. You still see all my stuff. I'm gonna take this. I have a lot of discoloration right here. I'm not sure why, but today it's extra flary, so I'm going to go over it with my main highlight. The first place I put it on, my bristles are not sticking together. We just stamp into our main highlight. When I color match you, you know what color that is. Okay, if you need a color match, I just need a makeup-free selfie, okay? Again, my palette's not your palette, and I help you customize a palette that's what you need out of your makeup, not what I need you to need. And so we discuss that, what you want, what kind of coverage, if you're light, medium, all those things, okay? Color correcting, all of it. And I customize every color match for that. Okay, bristles are not stuck together, and we're gonna stipple. I first press this where all my discoloration is, which is on the apples and then in this area here. And that's where I put the base of it. And then I stipple this around, especially if you have maturing skin. You've got fine lines, pores, wrinkles, whatever. Stipple this into your skin. If you want your cream makeup to look like skin, makeup will always look like makeup, but if you want it to look like an extension to your skin and bring that dewiness forward, stipple this into your skin. This helps it live with it. Seint's 80% pigmentation. So put your makeup on in a light to medium coverage. And that means if you're used to full coverage foundation, do a light coverage amount with Seint, okay? And we're gonna talk about this at the end. So we're just putting this on. I'm not re-adding any makeup onto my brush. I'm just stippling this around to give me an even skin tone. I can still see some of my stuff showing through, but sometimes when you fix one thing, it fixes another, and you find you don't need that extra coverage or touch up. I'm just gonna put this amount on, and that's it. Okay, I only put this on the lower half of my face because everything in a Seint palette is foundation. My bronzer, my contours, my blushes are all foundation. So put this on without the intent of doing the full coverage first. like we are used to with traditional makeup. Old habits die hard. We want to cover everything and then restructure. Seint isn't like that. It is coverage through dimension. Something we're definitely not used to because all of our powder contours don't cover. Okay, I'm gonna go and switch over to this side, and I'm gonna do my contour as my first step over here. So I'm gonna use my detail brush. This is my contour weapon. Okay, it's squared, it's dense, it's nice. I'm gonna go into Stone. I love this one for winter. It has a touch of warmth, but it's still cool. And I'm gonna do no fly zones on this side. So it's gonna still be the same finish. It's about finding what works for you to give you the look you want. I'm gonna go right over here. I have hyperpigmentation and stuff, but I'm only gonna put this on my shadow tones. Do I have light over here? Okay. We have natural shadowing here. I'm going to stay above it and I'm going to drape around, okay? So we're going to go down the side of the forehead here, down the temple, and then I'm going to stipple here because I'm correcting. And I'm putting this on like a bronzer contour. It just looks like a big muddy mess. Bringing this towards that brow and then up, just like that. It just goes in a big C around your eye, just like that. This has a touch of warmth, so I don't even necessarily need bronzer unless I want to add more warmth, and that's all your prerogative. I love Xanadu, I love Bella. You can't go wrong with either. Okay, Xanadu has a bit of illuminator. It's Bella with glow illuminator in it, so if you like that touch of glow without that illuminator greasy look like I get because I'm oily, Xanadu's the perfect medium. Okay, it's that simple. My forehead doesn't need a lot of coverage, so I was able to sweep and wipe, but stipple, 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 stipple. I do on the whole, when I smirk, you can see this whole shaping. That's where I put my contour. Don't overthink it. And that's all that I need, but I got coverage and dimension over my hyperpigmentation, my scarring. My hyperpigmentation grows like ivy up my face. All right, I'm gonna grab a little bit more. And we're gonna go right in front of my earlobe here and down. A lot of people tell you to sweep and then sweep again. You don't need to do that. Just go in front of that earlobe, pull it down, and then pull it down your neck. First step, okay? That's simple. So 2 different ways to start, and then you end in the same place because I've already got my main highlight over here, so I can grab my contour, sweep it on the, I need to grab a little more, sweep it, stipple it, same exact placement, same exact method. I'm just doing this after my main highlight here. Makeup should be fun and it should be easy. So no matter what you do first and you're like, oh, I was supposed to do this first. No, you don't. They all have their little areas of placement. It's pretty much paint by numbers, but it's all a matter of preference on what you want out of your makeup and which way you feel. When your makeup's on, whatever method you put it on, you're like, dang, that looks good today. That's your method. And then keep doing that method until you master it. That's anything. That's riding a bike, that's walking, that's swimming, that's riding a horse. I mean, anything you do takes practice. And to think you could just walk right into a cream makeup after liquid, there's gonna be a learning curve with everything you do. We weren't good at makeup the first time we put powder foundation on, liquid foundation on. So give yourself grace. Give yourself grace. All right. Now I'm gonna come over here with my blush and bronzer. We're gonna do the foundation second. Very simple. So I'm gonna go into my foundation colors, and I have to be a little easier on this, but I'm gonna go over my discoloration first, up that nose, around the mouth. Don't need to add more. And I'm just cleaning this up a little bit, stippling this up and onto that cheek for a little extra coverage. But again, my cheeks are where I get just the most, what's the word I'm looking for? Self-conscious. And so I do add a little bit of extra main highlight there, but look, looks the same. Yep. I can still see the stuff a little more than I can over on this side. That's okay. All right, I'm gonna bring this down. I need to add a touch of contour right here, just for even Steven. I'm gonna take my main highlight and we're gonna bring that down the neck. Our necks are always a different color than our face. Bring it down. Don't let it be forgotten. Okay, I'm gonna go into my brightening. I'm gonna use a small end of the detail brush. Very good brush. I'm using White Peach, and we're gonna go right here in the middle. How you put this on is either a dot, or you can grab it and just fan it out. And then we push that over the brows first. That's what I do. and then pull it up and out and into that contour, and they will create balance when they merge together. The too dark meets the too light. This is gonna be giving the illusion of reflecting light. And so I always add some to the chin, the Cupid's bow, and then right here. And then I just use this big end to just blend them together. So too dark meets too light meets main highlight up here. So you don't need to put it up there. Save the makeup and don't worry about it, okay? Simple. This is simple. The way you do it, there's no right or wrong way to do your makeup. This is all just about finding your way. Your way is the right way. The way you feel when it's on is it, and trying the different methods. Okay, I'm gonna do my nose. I'm gonna use the edge of the detail brush. I do this the same way every time. I prefer to do the contour first, and I draw a line down the top side, and then I bring it down. And I go light here. It doesn't need to be overdone. It's right in the middle of your face. But I just go down the middle, pull it down the edge of the nose, and then I square off the tip. Okay? And then I just start blending it, and I'll bridge it together. I prefer to focus the main color. You'll see people turn their whole nose a really dark brown. That's overusing your product, and it's not necessary. I have a bump, so I do this just to camouflage that bump. If you don't have a bump and you have one of those beautiful straight noses, you don't have to do that. All right, grabbing that brightening and going right down the middle. If you find you have a lot of texture in this area, or deep pores on your nose, a lot of texture around your mouth or chin, use your main highlight and skip brightening. If I notice through your color match that you do have a lot of texture, I'll just say, let's skip brightening, because I want you to get the best result out of your makeup, and that's it. All right, so I've added that. I use my finger just to blend it down, and that's my nose. It's so simple. I like to do my under eyes last because sometimes my blush gets a little out of hand. We're gonna use Daylily, and I'm gonna smile, and I'm gonna put this on the apple of my cheek, and I'm gonna bring it all the way up. This one's super light, but it's really subtly beautiful. And so if you don't wanna be super punchy with your blushes, Daylily's perfect. I'm gonna take my blush and bronzer, and we're just gonna tap over it and just give it a good blending. And that's it. Look at how pretty that is, okay? It's just this subtle, easy, breezy, beautiful color, okay? It was my under eyes, now it's my cheeks. I'm gonna go in with that small end, and we're gonna go into that brightening, and I'm gonna go right, you see this shine? We're just gonna sweep this up. Sounds like we're cleaning up some of the tables from Thanksgiving, yay! Okay, so we're going up and out. Thanksgiving this year was a magic. I've always wanted to recreate my grandma's Thanksgiving. It was just one of those, it was such a good experience growing up, and I wanted to, through time and family, things get messy, grandparents do grandparents things and you can't do it anymore. And I always wanted to be the next place. And I combine my husband's family and mine, and then there's cousins, and I just love it being a day. Not come over for dinner, it's a day. And it was exactly what I've always wanted to create, and it just gets better every year. We're like a perfect harmony now with the way we divide and conquer. It was so good. But back to makeup. Okay, sorry, I'm just like on cloud 9 from Thanksgiving. Okay, so on that small end, and we just start at the bottom, work our way up, following that orbital bone, which keeps your makeup or your skin more taut. And then you bring it to the soft tissue last, because if you put too much cream, too much product, too much anything in that area, use a light touch to move it, you're gonna create texture. That's just the nature of the beast. Using the big end to merge it with that blush. Perfect. I love a good subtle look. Okay, I haven't been kneading my setting powder with this marble, so that's nice, but I do love the blotting powder if you're very, very oily. I'm very, very oily, and I haven't been kneading it, and it's so good. But at this point, before my lips, I'm going to set my makeup. So I'm gonna take this blue marble. I like this stuff. I don't love the smell, but I like the sprayer, and I like the results. And so I'm gonna take it, and I'm gonna spray it all over my face. It has a great mist that really puts it evenly over. I'm gonna take this fluffy brush, and this is gonna do two things. This is gonna press in that setting spray into my face, but it's also going to marry everything together with this tapping, and it's gonna pick up excess. Now, like I said, this is where we'll take a look at our makeup and we're gonna say, okay, what needs attention, what needs more coverage, because sometimes one thing fixes another. I do have, I don't know what this is. It's driving me nuts. But it is some extra. I'm gonna take one of the darker shades out of my highlights here, and I'm just lightly gonna go over this discoloration. I think it's more hyperpigmentation coming through. Do you ever notice your hyperpigmentation looks red first? It is what it is. But I've also been trying some new products, and that could be what it is. But I'm just gonna go over those areas. What's nice about this makeup is if you need full coverage on your cheeks, but everywhere else is pretty even Steven, you're just looking to structure and create balance, you can have fuller coverage in different areas of your face and it still looks seamlessly lovely. Okay, taking my contour and I'm gonna go under my lip, over my lip, okay? I wear makeup every day, but I like to have subtle, easy colors, and Daylily is that. Okay, I'm gonna take a multitasker brush on the big end. I'm gonna go into Daylily. I love Marrakesh, it's living in here. And I'm just gonna line my lips with Daylily and fill them in. And it's this beautiful natural nude that just punches up the color a little bit. I love it. Ah, this is such a good color. Neutral for me is perfect. And then I'm going to take some chai, go over it for a little hydration. You see how, peanut butter and jelly, those two. If it goes well together, I just call it peanut butter and jelly. But using that setting spray, I don't need to add any powder. I don't always keep one in my purse because oily skin is not the same every day, and so sometimes there is a touch-up needed. It's makeup, not magic. But find your method. Apply your main highlight on first. Try that way. Try making no-fly zones where you don't need to put your main highlight so high up, and try contour first. But try different things. The result can end the same. It's about finding, I should have done my brows last, but whatever. It's about finding your way through your makeup. And if you're having trouble finding your way, talk to me, message me, comment below, whatever your trouble is. I'm always looking for new tutorials to make. And so if you've tried one way and you're like, I tried this, it didn't work, we can make another tutorial to try where I can explain the heck out of it. All right, that's it. I need to go get a Christmas tree now because Thanksgiving's over. I can't wait for next year. I've already got notes. I wrote my menu out for next year. I've got notes for next year on how to make things just, I'm gonna tell you something. Resetting my table for dessert is like my new favorite thing. It brought everybody, because everybody eats dinner and then they go and do things, visit, play. We play pool at our house, but I do some dishes, give everybody about an hour, hour and a half to let food settle. And then I reset the table for dessert. Put new chargers down, put the dessert plates down, new napkins. I'm extra, and I know. But then I go down, I'm like, okay, the table's all set for dessert. Let's go have some pie. And then we have tons of dessert options, and everybody gets their dessert. We re-sit at the table together. I love it. It's like my new favorite thing. Every year, there's just, anyway,